I hope everybody is doing blessed. My channel, much love to you and welcome, and to my returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family. Just thank you, knowing that we all are relating to the different spiritual changes that we are undergoing, but no, beauty is towards the end of this tunnel. And so is the light. So I got stuck on that one. Y'all don't mind me. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings. Love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you, informative, and give you good vibes, you would love to share with the loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to in the background is called Personal Power Booster, Lord, which I need. Deep healing meditation, removing negative energy. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyoka's look at scars and you can see the hurt, or you can look at scars and see it heal. And it's so true. We all have wounds. We're the wounded warriors, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of us got, you probably got bumps and bruises all over the place. Lord, at least I know I do. Look like I've been just going through it. But anyways, but we carry a lot of emotional wounds that people can't see. And it's a lot of times that, we carry that around like, a security blanket. And it comes a time during your path, going on your spiritual journey, it is like a journey within itself on top of 20. So it allows you to see everything that is coming up towards the surface that has been hard for us to bear, to even just to just to be able to face it and come to terms with everything that's been placed on us. And it's like throughout all that as well, your past lives are merging with you. So there's like a lot of things, like when I go through all my different time on myself, meditating and just recharging myself. A lot of my past experiences, not even just from this life, the last life, is certain things that it can trigger different memories. And it's not really a negative trigger, but it's allowing me to know, yeah, this popped off in your last life. It's just like there's certain times, there's videos out on YouTube where these people are adrenaline junkies. I give it all to y'all. I'm not one of those type of people. I love my life to be living on the edge, but I'm not trying to stand on the edge of those buildings. I don't know what it is. I see people do that and I'm like, oh my God, can they please just get up? Because, they're adrenaline junkies. They love taking pictures at the top of a skyscraper, or, all these different things in the world where you can't even see you can't even see the ground. You just see the clouds. And those things give me a heart attack. And it made me think about the time either I got pushed off of a building or I committed suicide off of a building. So it was like one of them things. It's just like, I'm terrified of heights now. So you can't pay me to go up on something like that. So you have to allow yourself to really see the emotional scars that you have, and it's just like I was looking through the thumbnails to see what kind of perfect picture I wanted to be able to relate to, the content I'm talking about. And it's like those things are coming up to the surface. That's why we have to deal with a lot of dark night of the soul. Sorry, y'all, my surge protector don't fail. Ooh. Um, you have to, you deal with a lot of different things that are coming up to the surface where you have to truly, have to heal from. Sorry, y'all. Had to get myself together. But you have to truly heal from, and a lot of things is hard to really come to terms with it because it comes at you in many different ways. Trust me, I've been, there's a lot of things that I allow myself to endure for me to be able to not like, um, like making myself be in a negative state of mind, but allowing myself to really see my emotional and mental scars for what they truly are. Because it's like I had to be able to, allow myself to come to terms with a lot of things that's no longer serving me. At times we go through things like that and you keep on being repetitive about the things that has happened. And the only thing the really, if I was to sit up here and think about the things that I've been through, I had to really tell myself just to, play my mind into that, not, not lie to it, but allowing myself to see these situations had to transpire in my life to show me how strong I truly am. Not everybody can deal with things the way we deal with things. There's a lot of people that have been empaths and they really had to look at their, dark situations that has transpired into their lives and they know they're no longer here. They didn't have that strength to deal with things the way we deal with them. And it's at times, we feel like, oh God, I just don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to feel this. I've been at that period many a times. But I had to be able to tell myself with, tears in my eyes, there's a lot of things that I've been truly exposed to. And there's certain things that didn't sit well with me, but I had to allow myself to see what it was truly about. Dealing with a lot of things in my life has not been easy. And I know it has not been easy for y'all as well, because you wouldn't be here sharing the things that you share with me, which is truly beautiful. When you can allow yourself to be open with things of trauma, but you're allowing yourself to use your traumatic situation for a positive outcome, is beautiful. It really is, because there's a lot of things in life, you know, um, it's like with people and they're like, Rosalind, I can only imagine. I said, no, I don't want anybody to ever imagine that. And I wouldn't want them to, I just open myself up to be able to use my experiences, the things that I went through, the things that I've been exposed to. It has not really been easy, being able to see the truth in what it was, really took me there. It took me to a very dark period in my life, and I did not know how I was going to get through this. I really haven't. But a lot of times when I go through the hurt and pain, um, and just to be able to know that my dad's, you know, uh, telepathically with me, I can talk to him at any time, which is very top one for blessing for me, because it's allowing me to basically just being able to still carry conversations with family that has passed on anytime. And that was a blessing for that. And I always had to tell, God, even though through all the hurt and anger of me not knowing, I'm just blessed that you allowed me to still have that kind of communication to where I can be able to talk to my loved ones that have passed. Um, Being able to do all those different things, it's like scars that can really remind me of my strength. And that's how, you should be able to look at yours. There's a lot of things that you haven't spoke on about. A lot of people don't understand the things that has went on in your life. And sometimes you shield that from other people because it's too hard to be vocal about it, because it's like sometimes that pain can still be there. You know, um, it's just a lot of things that if I just sit here and reminisce, and I have to really tell myself at times, girl, you are stronger than what you ever allow yourself to see, even, being able to admit at times, because of the things it's like, when a parent dies already as it is, that's heartbreaking enough for anybody to lose their loved one, especially anybody who's, you know, that close to you. It's like you have to learn to live with them, not physically being here. Love never dies. Um, but it's just like with mine, it is like a nightmare. If I really wanted to describe it as that, but it was like a blessing within a nightmare at the same time, because it's like not even being reunited with your biological family, but just being able to know that my dad left so many different things, that I can just go back and reminisce on, his concerts, the songs, the pictures, all those things. At times I tend to get emotional. That's anybody. But I also allow myself to see the things that, my dad always tells me how proud he is of me. Because he was just like, when you found out the truth, I didn't know how it was going to sit well with you. I knew you were strong, but I didn't realize all this, it was going to come transpire. But he was very proud of me for all the things that I'm doing, just because of what I've experienced in life. You know, um, Being able to know that I mean, you'll never truly get over grief. Like totally, oh, okay, they died, they're not here anymore. But you will allow yourself to be able to see the way I had to tell myself that they're no longer suffering. They don't have to deal with the crazy stuff we got to deal with here. We're the ones still here, and knowing they're no longer suffering. When I used to see my dad, even though he was a man of strength, he was very reserved, he was very private, but it's just the essence. And I used to always look at my mom and tell, my mom used to always ask me, what do I feel when I see him? And I told her he cares a lot. Even though he might seem happy at times, he's dealt with a lot of pain. But he's been strong to allow himself to keep going. He's that type of person. You got to keep busy. He doesn't allow himself to really, you know, dwell on stuff like that because it's too heartbreaking. But he was always strong, and I knew that about him. Even though it wasn't being said, I felt that. So it's just a lot of things that I went through, and there's a lot of things I haven't received closure on, but I had to, calm my heart, my mind. I feel like everything comes to you when you least expect it. I can't allow myself to keep, dwelling on what if, what have, I should have been there, all these different things, because that will send me straight to the cuckoo roof, But I allow myself to really see that, yes, I carry a lot of scars, but it's all about how you go about nurturing those scars, taking care of those scars. It's just like you have actual scars on you from, things that has happened. You can either pick it and it can get infected, and sometimes we do that when it comes to emotional stuff, or you can allow yourself to put the ointment on it, put a little band-aid and do a little loving care, as my mom used to say. You can allow that to happen, and it's like when we go through trauma, you know, um, it can really put you in a whole different view of a lot of things. And I know it has for me. And, there, like I've said before, there's days I sat here and cried because I didn't see myself getting to the point I am right now. Being able to use what I've been through, my experiences, the things I've indulged in, the things that I fed my pain from, how I seen the world, how did I see, people around me. I dealt with a lot of shock of truth, and it wasn't pretty, but that was something I had to learn. Those are the certain things that I had to understand. You know, um, Being able to allow myself to know that I'm gonna keep going. Every day is not promised. You have to be able to live it like it's your last. My dad is always telling me, I don't want you to sit up here and worry. I'm always here. Anytime you want to talk to me, I'm always here. And he's always been that type. Um, but it's just the fact is going through a lot of things you go through. It's not an easy road. But if you allow yourself to really see like the things that you have endured in your life and let yourself know, I'm gonna heal from this. A lot of things that had to transpire in your life just to be able to reflect the strength that you have. And that's how I had to look at everything that I've been through that was very traumatic in life. And I know it hurts, when you're trying to sit up here and heal and you're trying to find a way to heal, but you have to allow yourself to really come to terms with this. Not like you're saying, I don't care, but if these things cannot be changed, you can just change the way you perceive them, change the way you go about healing from these things. Because it's like for me, it is the situations I've been placed in, or even by the mistakes I've made and the decisions I've made in my life, has always taught me something. And certain things had to go a certain way, and everything has a reason for happening the way it did. But being able to know I can be vocal about my truth and how I'm dealing with every day. I'm not saying I'm completely over everything. I know I've healed a lot, because there are certain times I can sit up here and look at my dad's concerts and just break down crying, because it takes me back to that childhood. Anytime my dad came on TV, I would just be happy to hear him singing or whatever. And then as soon as he left, I break down and cry because it was like me reliving that last time I saw him, over and over again. And my mom never really truly understood why I cried. Um, she was like she didn't think I should be able to remember that, but I feel like if a child is in the middle of trauma, regardless how many hours or days or weeks they are old, if it's truly traumatic, those children don't remember it. It can be some kind of a repetitive pattern that goes in their head that really puts them in a state of shock or state of happiness. Because there's a lot of things, being in 1 and 2 years old, I mean 1 and 2 days old, I should not remember it. But the last times, the last time I was around my mom and my dad and how I was snatched out, you know, getting taken from social services from him, feeling him fight. My dad is not that type of person, but, he was not one to let his child go. And it's like for me enduring that, it really broke me in a way like, okay, this hurt me. This truth hurt me, all because I had to find out the way I had to find out. And then I had to find out after my dad died. That was a lot. And then knowing the fact is, he's been back and forth to see me before he passed, talked to him 2 days before he died. And that had to sit with me a long time. But I had to be able to allow myself, if I didn't want to go sane about all the things that I wish I would have went about it of a different way, I'd have been, I would have been gone. I would have been, it wouldn't be nothing to come back from. But I just have to be able to look at those certain situations as, um, at least we had the communication, even though it was on holding secrets, not really knowing, you can't really tell somebody who they are to you unless you want to keep this communication. It was a very hurtful thing because I know how it broke me just to find out these things, but knowing the people that instigated that towards my dad, it made me hurt worse because he knew who I was to him. He experienced all these things, but I didn't understand. I couldn't really talk about those things. So, and it's just like all the things that we go through. You have to really allow yourself. You deserve happiness. You deserve a peace of mind. You know, um, the painful things with you being able to still see them. It's just as those scars are just a reflection of how these things has made you stronger, because if you are still here to be able to tell people the things that you're going through, it's all about how you decide to go about healing from those emotional scars, from those mental scars, for the verbal scars, sexual scars. It's all about how you allow yourself, because you can keep yourself trapped in a prison dealing with pain every single day, but that's not what that was for. It's about you being able to see what this situation has put you in, allowed you to make you know that you were, how you felt when you were put in certain situations, but I allow you to be able to go out in the world and anybody can that you can relate to that is going through that. You being able to use your situation as how you overcome the situation you are. And I always tell people, you are not a product of what happened to you. You're a person that has gotten over the product that has happened to you. You know, and it's just like you are not what has happened to you. That's not what you are. You're a warrior of overcoming anything that was trying to break you, because there's a lot of things, you have been through and you're still here. And at times it hurts like hell because, universe is really making you face a lot of day. And it's just like when you have blessings coming and stuff like that, it's because you didn't give up, on what was being placed on you. You allowed yourself, you're that one that they're going to cut cords from. You're going to start your own generation of healthy patterns, healthy family. It all stops with us. Just because it didn't start with us, we're going to be that one that finishes that. That's the reason why life feels like hell at times. That's the reason why everything feels so damn heavy at times. When you feel like you getting over one thing, there was 10 other things that just came on top of that, because they know you are going to be that one. Because after you have gotten through all these different things, there's nothing that can be placed on you that is going to move you in some kind of way. It might tickle a little bit, It might do that. But that's why it's like when people say the things that they say to me, I just roll it off my back, even though it might hurt. But it's like you can't say nothing that has not been done to me. You the things that I've had happen to me, that was the worst that can happen to me. Now since I'm over that mess, you can't say nothing that's going to penetrate me. You're not going to be able to say anything or do anything to move my mountains. It's not. And that's the reason why I had to go through the things that I go through, because it's like that was a hard pill for me to swallow. Especially, I tell people all the time, it's hard for you to lose somebody, but then when you lose somebody that's a public figure and everybody got their hand in the cookie jar and everybody got their version of how they want to say about that person, and they're not here to defend themselves, that's a lot for me to have to deal with. I deal with that almost every day. A lot of times people want to send me stuff and I say, look, if it's something positive, please, more merrier, send that to me. But if it's something that, some kind of drama got stirred up about my dad, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it because, I'm like that with anybody, especially if they're in a public eye. Don't start talking about stuff after that person passed and they don't have a way of being able to defend themselves. I hate when people do that because I'm just like, you had all this time while they were still living and breathing. Now that when they're 6 feet deep, now you got all these stories to tell and all this trauma you have endured. Stuff makes me sick about that. If you did something to me and you're still living, I'm gonna make sure you're gonna know what you did to me. I'm gonna let you know how it made me feel, all that. But it's just like going through all the things that you have gone through is all about how you're going to sit up here and heal from it, because it's not supposed to be staying there for you to carry on for days in and days out. It's only keeping you in a place that you truly are not even, you're not even needed there anymore. Your past don't need you, your future do. You have to allow yourself to see that you're stronger than what's been trying to place you. You're stronger than what is trying to stop you. You're stronger than what tried to break you. All these things, those are the things that reflect your strength. Those are the things that reflect how strong your light is. You had to be broken in some kind of shape, way, or fashion just for you to be able to know you got that good bounce back game. There's nothing that's going to, nothing's going to kill you. It only makes you stronger. A lot of times it's hard to see God is not going to put nothing on you that you can't bear. It's hard. Trust and believe. Anytime anything got a way of just making you stop in mid form and just say, this happened to me, or allowed you to, look at the world and people are a lot different, in a negative way, allowing you to just box up everything. And, it is just with me when I went through my things and I knew I wanted to be able to help the world in some kind of way, and being able to know I can use my situation to be able to help somebody, help them heal from the things that's been placed on them, lets me know, oh, I'm doing a job. I love what I do. It's not even a job to me. It's like a lifestyle. I want to be able to make sure that you have a clearer head, that you can be able to allow yourself to help the world just because some things you endured in life, because you don't want anybody else to feel that. And there's some people that can go down that dark path. That's how we got some kind of serial killers and stuff like that, because of the things that has went off in their lives, and been in and out of foster homes or just being constantly abused and stuff like that. All those different things has happened, where it can either go totally bad for you or it can go totally good for you. It's just up to you how you decide to go about them. So it's just allowing yourself to really see the strength in what those scars tell you. It's like the emotional and mental scars is something that shows you're stronger than what those scars came from, and about how you're allowing yourself to put that healing process into work. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video, y'all. I hope that you can be able to resonate. Let me know if you can. I'll greatly appreciate it. Um, drop me a line, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Almost got stuck. Um, Hit the notification bell. Give me a thumbs up, share, tell somebody about the channel. You never know, they might need it. Um, and know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And let me give a post notification shout out to Tasha James and Claire Leverty. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But welcome to the fam. It's good to have you. If you don't feel comfortable with dropping lines here, but you would love to communicate with me, you can always find me on Facebook Messenger, not the page, but the Messenger. I don't want people, because I've been having a lot of different friend requests, and I always tell people I'm not going to accept the friend request, but I have no problem with connecting with you on the Messenger. We can stay in touch that way, and whatever you need to talk about, make sure it's like something serious, because there's some people who are just doing it just to try to get a number or a hookup, and I was like, no, I'm not about to do that. Just here for networking. But just let me know what issues you got going on, and I'll try my best to help you. Whatever we talk about stays there, is confidential. But yes, I hope you have a prosperous week. Whatever you're working on, I hope it comes 100 times more than what you asked for, and it comes sooner than you actually expected. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity vibes. All those things can really take somebody a long way. So I'll see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.